What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for the final player ratings of the season as we battered 5-0 to Norwich to put ourselves into the Champions League for next year. Absolutely stunning stuff at Carrow Road yesterday. And let's get straight into it. And let's start off with Hugo Lloris. Sim gives him a 7. I gave him a 6. I mean, I don't even remember him touching the ball once the whole game.
Just to take a goal kick, I guess.
Yeah.
That was it, really.
Is that what they get points for these days?
That's exactly what he's getting, mate. He marshalled the defence brilliantly. Literally had nothing to do. I don't think he made one save. I don't think he had to. I think there was one time where there was like an overhit cross that looked like it was going to go out for go into the goal. I think he might have clawed that away.
Maybe. I literally
went for a corner.
Not remember one thing Lloris did, and the only chance I remember Norwich having went wide.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. But I guess Seven got a clean sheet.
All right, happy day. We'll give him a 7. All right,
why not?
Cool. It's Hugo Lloris. Let's move on to Davinson Sanchez. 7s all round from us. And again, I thought he came in, stepped in really well. And that's 3 performances in a row now where wouldn't say that you don't notice Romero's not there, but we sufficiently dealt with anything that came our way without Romero, and 3 clean sheets in a row. And you got to give Davinson Sanchez his props for coming in like that.
Yeah, and he's come in and he's come straight into the team and looked really good, I think, and I'm so happy for him because a lot of people were nervous when Romero picked up that injury, but nothing to be worried about apparently because Sanchez was good. I think a few times Pukki threatened down his side, but he was able to deal with him pretty convincingly. But other than that, it was again a pretty quiet day for our back line.
Yeah. Which moved us on to Eric Dyer. 7s all round from us. I mean, the only mistake on the day from the team came from him with a sloppy pass that led to the Norwich's only chance of the game where they did fire it wide. But you look, apart from that moment, I thought he dealt with everything that came his way for the most part. Started moves from the back as well with nice passing. So yeah, a good display.
Yeah, it would have been. It probably would have been an 8 if it wasn't for that mistake. But again, didn't have to do too much in this one. I think his passing wasn't on show as much as maybe usual. But I think he was playing it short in between the lines, and it was pretty positive.
Yeah, let's move on to Ben Davis. 8s all round from us. And again, I thought it was a really, really strong display from Ben Davis. Really aggressive in the tackle. We made a few important blocks on the day as well. Not only that, but he was getting forward, trying to start moves. And I think he had a big shot, didn't he, for about 30 yards, 25 yards out, which nearly crept in, but the keeper was equal to it. But another strong display from Ben Davis.
And there was another moment he was arriving at the back post, nearly getting on the end of, I think, a cross on from the far side as well. So he was definitely getting involved. You probably have to say he's our form defender at the moment, Ben Davis. He's playing so well over the past few games. Really is showing, because obviously all the talk's been we're going to sign a player in his position, so he's really showing look, he's still here and he's playing his best football he's ever done, and I'm very proud of him. And I think he'll be a very good player for us next season as well, but we definitely need competition for his place, and that's just reality. So if he's good enough, he'll keep it, but we'll see next season. But right now, if he plays like this for the for the rest of the season or next season, if he comes into it playing like this, there's no reason why he can't keep his spot.
All right, let's move on to Emerson Royale. 7s all round from us. Defensively, absolutely spot on. Nothing to note there in terms of negatively, but I thought he dealt with, like I keep saying this for everyone, dealt with everything that came his way, although Norwich didn't really pose a threat. Going forward, I felt he was linking up well with Kulusevski and just generally providing positively for the team.
Yeah, I think kept possession well. Again, getting a lot more confident in possession. Able to before, when he was being a bit sloppy and weak in possession and losing it easily, now he's a lot more confident. He's able to hold people off, pass the move and stuff like that. Didn't see too much of him when it comes to threatening the goal, but he didn't have to. We have the weapons already there for him. So
I mean, Kulusevski was doing that on the right hand side. Like, we'll get onto him in a minute.
Yeah, so he did like, I'm not going to mark him down too much for not attacking that with any intensity, but I thought he played pretty well overall, and that marks off a good end to the season for him.
Absolutely. Let's move on to Rodrigo Bentancur. 9s all round from us, and an absolutely brilliant display, grabbing himself 2 assists. In one of those assists, maybe you could argue he could have found the net as he was bearing down on goal, and he was 1-1 with the keeper, decided to square it to Kulusevski. And the other assist was it for Harry Kane's header, where the keeper just makes a ridiculous mistake and he finds Harry Kane in the right areas. So you got to say Bentancur, apart from those two assists, I felt that he was really aggressive in the middle of the park, kept the play ticking over, and really strong display from him.
Yeah, I was very happy with Bentancur, and we need, when, you know, although he should have, you could argue he should have shot when he passed to Kulu to get over the line in the end, but he was the one breaking the lines, wasn't he, making that run from deep when it. In the first 60 minutes, you know, we weren't getting too much joy in terms of open space. And so he took a risk. He made the run. It was a really good run. It was well picked out as well. I think it was Højbjerg who played the pass. And good play. Look, the assist that was given to him on a plate, as much as it was easy, he still had to get it absolutely perfect for Kane. And it was an absolute peach of a ball around to him. And obviously Kane had the easy task of heading it into the empty net. But he started to make the pass. And he did well to do that for Bentancur. Did it first time as well, didn't he? Straight from Tim Krul's pass. So that was really good. And then I agree. After that, did he go off for Winks late on? I think he did, didn't he? In the second,
yeah, he did. Yeah, Højbjerg stayed off. Yeah, stayed on.
Maybe, and that maybe is because there was rumours he was one of the ones who suffered from the bug and stuff like that. So seems like he didn't have any effects from that. And I thought, and really what a signing he's been from January. I think he topped off with 2 assists. A really good performance, and you know, he's the reason we're playing Wednesday next season.
And he came with his mate from Sweden, and the fans were absolutely popping off with that song yesterday.
Definitely.
It was great to see. But let's move on to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. 8 all round from us, and I think this performance really capped off a really strong season, or definitely a strong second half of the season for Pierre. He started off, I mean, he had a chance on goal that didn't really go his way, but it was good to get there. Obviously, he played that ball over the top, like you said before, for Bentancur to square it for Kulusevski. But apart from that, I mean, he was imperious in the middle of the park. I mean, I don't think he lost the duel. I don't think that any Norwich midfielder ever got the better of him for the majority of the game. So another really strong display.
Yeah, and he was controlling things in the centre. He'll be disappointed he didn't get that goal to pass one up. But I thought his, again, long-range passing, his passing has been so much better under Conte than it was before. And another game where he was just bossing it, and he's had such an amazing second half of the season. And you've got to say, he's got a contender to being most consistent player in the second half of the season, because he's just not been a bad display.
I think he has been the most consistent second half of the season.
Since that game he got dropped for against Wolves,
literally,
he's not had a bad game.
100%.
And so impressive, very happy for Højbjerg. And he's come on a lot of criticism this season for at times, and a lot of people being on his back. But I think deserves praise for being one of the best centre mids in the league for the last few months.
Yeah, and they tried to get Xhaka in instead of him. I couldn't believe that. Another player who's been really impressive of late is Højbjerg and Sessegnon. Sim gives him an 8. I gave him a 7. Again, defensively, completely on point. Nothing came down his side. He was, always an option there on that left-hand side, and really good display. I mean, to be honest, I was actually so just engrossed in the atmosphere yesterday. I don't remember too much, but what I did notice from Højbjerg and Sessegnon yesterday, I think he's growing in confidence game by game and really adding things to his game. And I think that we're really seeing maybe the nucleus of a really good left wing back now, which is really good to see. Yeah,
well, I think we're starting to see what Sessegnon saw in himself, like how suited he is to this role. And when he does get forward, he does seem to be always an option down on that left-hand side. It's very positive. He wasn't laying maybe as many chances on the plate as he has in the previous games this time round, but I thought he was getting forward really well. He was linking up with Sonny and with Davis going forward, and with Bentancur and Højbjerg on that side as well. I thought on the left-hand side he was doing a really good job of occupying the Norwich defenders and leaving a bit of space for the inside forwards. And I think he did a good job, Sessegnon, and another one really good end to the season. And I'm really looking forward to after pre-season with Conte what he can do. He just has to stay fit. Yeah. If he stays fit, that's the only thing stopping him being a top left back, I think.
Yeah, and I think it says a lot where maybe throughout the years fans haven't really been wanting to sing for him in the stands and stuff like that, and I was hearing everywhere around me yesterday, Højbjerg and Sessegnon, it was brilliant. So that's definitely good for him. Let's move over to the attacking players now, and let's go to Dejan Kulusevski. Sim gives him a 10, a big fat 10. I gave him a 9. Obviously, got 2 goals on the day. The first goal, Højbjerg plays it over the top. Bentancur has it, goes one-on-one, and Kulusevski does really well to get into the position to score that open goal, although he did have a defender or two round him at the time as well. The second goal was just sublime. Absolutely sublime, and it was moments after that moment where he takes it round the goalkeeper and he didn't know whether to square it to Son or to shoot it into the empty net. Either at the end of the day, he just he slipped up and got caught in 2 minds. And then after that, he was like, look, enough of that. I'm taking no shit anymore. He gets the ball, cuts inside and bangs it with his left foot into the top corner. So ruthless, that finish. It was unbelievable. But, you know, apart from the goals yesterday, he was unplayable. He really was unplayable. Every time he got the ball, Norwich defenders came and engaged him, and he took it past them every time. Lightning quick reactions. Like I said, got his 2 goals, and he was just unplayable. It was just unbelievable performance.
Yeah, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Probably could argue his best performance for us, actually, although it was only against Norwich. I thought he was unbelievable. He was in form which Norwich didn't know what to do with him. They stood off him, and he scored an unbelievable peach of a goal, which he did in the second half. If they went to him, he was able to beat them. He was obviously the one who created the opening chance for Højbjerg with a brilliant move. He beat 2 players, then laid it on a plate for him as well. That's what I love about Kulusevski, because his dribbling is so good, but there's always something after it as well. He doesn't admire his dribble and then go run like a bit like Lucas. He'll beat 2 players and then run into a cul-de-sac. You know what I mean? Whereas Kulusevski, he'll beat 2 players and his head's always up. He knows what he wants to do with it, and he more often than not picks the right option. Unfortunately, he didn't when he rounded the keeper, but again, to be fair to him, he did so well to get in that position. He flicked it round the corner, ran onto his own flick, took it past the keeper, and then it was almost too easy for him to do. That was the problem. He almost had too much time.
Just caught in 2 minds, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was almost as if if he had a defender coming towards him, he would just know just to bury it as soon as possible. Because he had all the time, he was like, should I pass it? Should I just bury it? What should I do? And then that's what probably caused him a bit of trouble. But look, he made up for it literally a minute later with what a goal that was on his left foot, curling into the far corner, something I've been calling for him to do for a number of weeks now. And he showed how good of a left foot he's got when it comes to curling into that far corner, because I've seen it doing time and time again for Parma and Juventus. So something he's got to bring to the table for Spurs. I'm sure he will next season a lot more. And I thought his dribbling was just brilliant. He got taken off, I think, just after his goal. But I think 2 goals and should have had some assists as well. I thought it was an exceptional display from
Absolutely.
Kulu.
Absolutely. Let's move on to Heung-min Son, your new Golden Boot winner, people. Sim gives him a 10. I gave him a 9. And you know what? For the majority of the afternoon, we were just like, this ain't going to be Sonny's day because he had so many chances and quite gilt-edged chances as well, and he just couldn't seem to take them. One that came across the goal and he was just 1-1 with the keeper. That didn't go in, and there were just so many. There was like 3 or 4 chances before he actually scored where you're thinking, all right, now's the time. Now's the time. Now's the time. And just after that, Kulusevski scores. He gets on the score sheet, obviously, and then after that, it's party tricks came out, and he just scores an absolute worldie from just outside the area, curling into the bottom right-hand corner or top right-hand corner, and that's what you associate with Sonny. You've seen him do that finish so many times. And it's almost easier for him to do those finishes than the ones just in front of the goal, 1-on-1 with the keeper. And the celebrations, I just felt so good for him. And it was just like, once we got 2-0 up, that's all it was. It was mission get Son the Golden Boot. Yeah. And he duly delivered.
Yeah, it was a really good display as well from Son. I think he actually wasn't in the game too much in the first half. We didn't see him too much. And in the second half, he was like, okay, I need the Golden Boot. We're 2-0 up. I'm just going to go for myself. And he had chance after chance after chance, you know. Kane on the right-hand side of the box puts a brilliant ball into Son, and he's literally inside the 6-yard box, and Krul makes a brilliant save. Kulusevski has that moment where he he tries to square it to him and gets it wrong, and the defender clears it. Then Lucas puts him through one-on-one with the keeper. You think, this is his moment now. He's finally going to get it. Then Krul saves it. Okay, it's not going to happen, is it? You're thinking, wow, this is incredible. Like, he could have had a hat-trick. But he did finally get the goal a few seconds later, literally about 10 seconds after that missed chance. Lucas again putting it on a plate for him. This time he made no mistake. And after that, he was on a mission to get the second, and it wasn't too long until he did. And as you say, there's such a typical Son goal. So he should trademark that shot, cutting inside from the left into the far corner. It's unstoppable once he lines up for that.
Make
it's almost like
teammate.
It's almost unstoppable. You know, nothing you can do, and he does really well as well to get in that position to hold, because Pukki's pulling him back. So Pukki's trying to stop him, but there was no stopping Son in that moment. And then you saw the elation, how happy he was to be in that position. And look, Salah did get the goal, but he still won the Golden Boot, Sonny. And what an achievement it is for him, for a player who came to us as a young 22-year-old back in 2015. No one would have ever believed he could go on to be a Premier League Golden Boot winner so many years later. And it's been the culmination of hard work and dedication and constant improving. Even when you think this guy's world class, you know, he always keeps improving.
Exactly.
And
space.
23 goals, yeah, who knows? Maybe he can get more. Why not? You know, we've seen wingers go on for longer. You know, Iron Robin was still at the top of his game when he was like 33. So why not? Why can't Son go on for a few more years? And it's just so amazing to see, and what a player we've got on our hands.
Absolutely. Let's move on to the last of the starting 11. Harry Kane, 9s all round from us. And I thought he was creatively at his peak yesterday, really good. He was laying off chances all day long. First one came early in the game for Kulusevski. Then obviously he got his goal where he was in the right place at the right time. Bentancur obviously getting the ball off Tim Krul, and the ball comes in, and a lovely diving header for Harry Kane. He laid a couple on a plate for Son as well in the second half. And I just felt like he was just doing so much good work for the team, always trying to create, always trying to cause problems for Norwich. Look, he wasn't that much of a goal threat throughout the game, but I thought creatively he was actually really good.
Yeah, it's, at the beginning it looked like he was on a man on a mission at the start, because he had all those chances. He had a header which Krul saved. He had a shot from the angle which Krul put out for a corner. He had a few shots blocked as well. And then his goal came at 2-0, which was worthy, I think, a nice header. But he was definitely in a more creative role again, getting deeper, making sure he's making it difficult for the Norwich defence to settle. And it worked. He played a peach of a through ball to Kulusevski for his second goal. And he tried his best to get Son on the score sheet as well, and I don't think it was any of his assists in the end which got Son the goals. But you know, that ball to Son, which when he had that chance inside the 6-yard box, was an absolute peach, right onto Son's foot, and Son couldn't force it home, unfortunately. Another brilliant display from Harry Kane, goal and assist for him on the day, and that's 17 goals. So a good return at the end of the day.
Yeah, same return as he got a couple of years back, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, well, that's when he missed a lot.
Injury.
He had a big injury that year.
But some will say he had a big injury in the first half of this year.
Yeah, you could argue a mental injury.
Yeah. But anyway, let's move over to the only substitute we're going to rank. Is Lucas Moura. 8 all round from us, and as he come on, it was literally for him, solely his mission was to get Heung-min Son the Golden Boot. It was like, mission, get Sonny the Golden Boot. He comes on, that lovely flick into Heung-min Son for his first goal was absolutely sublime, and he was trying to do that time and time again. I remember twice that happened. Obviously the second time didn't result in a goal, but he was actually, just going at it, running at their defence, trying to play Sonny in all the time, and it was great to see.
Yeah,
and obviously his celebration, jumping on Stephen Barley, the what's his name, the security guy, the steward, at the end, was brilliant.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic.
Right on his shoulders.
I'm surprised he was able to keep him up, but he did so well. Those 2 layoffs into Sonny were absolutely on point, right into his path, and he just had to go on and score. Obviously, he didn't score the first, but he did the second. He took full advantage of it, and I thought it was a really good cameo at the end of the day from Lucas. Shame he didn't get a goal or anything, but I think he actually played the last 20 minutes or so at right wing back after Winks came on and Bergwijn came on, so that probably didn't help him, but when he was in the front three, he was brilliant, I thought. So a really good cameo.
And last but not least, Antonio. Antonio Conte, man. Sim gives him a 10. I gave him a 9. What can I say about Antonio? He's absolutely transformed this club single-handedly. Yesterday in the game, an old Spurs team might have gone into this game with a few more nerves. Maybe the fan base had a few more nerves just because of what's happened in the past. But I think that the Spurs team, you just, as soon as they got on that pitch, you knew they were going to win. You just knew it because there was no nerves. There was no anything negative in that performance. It was all, this is ours, this is what we're taking, and we're getting top 4. And that is solely down to Antonio and the mentality that he's instilled in this football club. Every player was on it, which is down to Antonio. The defence has been completely imperious, which is down to Antonio Conte. And what can I say? I mean, he makes decisions to win us the game. It's all about the mentality that he's instilled in this team. And that's the key point here. And I'm loving everything I'm seeing from Antonio. Now it's time to back him, give him his signings, and let's see where this football club can go.
Yeah, for him to get us top 4 is a brilliant achievement from where we were and where we've been last few years. And I thought another performance where we swept another team aside with aplomb. I think he's got us defensively solid. He's got us really creative going forward. I think the camaraderie and the unity he's created in the dressing room and in the terraces is absolutely fantastic. He's created harmony at Tottenham and stability as well. And he's going from strength to strength. Hopefully, he's going to stay and stay for a long time. And he's hopefully going to see this job through. But what a job he has done in such a short space of time, and it deserves so much recognition because it looked like it was impossible to do. So. Fair play to him. Brilliant job from Antonio Conte, and looking forward to next season.
Absolutely. I wish next season was coming soon.
Yeah, honestly, I can't be asked for a 3-month break.
I know. If you cast your mind back to 6 months ago, we wish the season ended then. But anyway, just before we go, I want to tell you about these brilliant T-shirts that have been flying off the shelves at the moment. So be quick if you want to get some. These Sonny and Italian Job T-shirts. Obviously, Sonny done the Golden Boot. Italian Job speaks for itself with Don Paratici and Don Conte at the helm. Link is in the description below if you want to get yourselves some of these T-shirts. So I got many compliments at Carrow Road. I was wearing my Sonny one. So get yours. Link is in the description below. And we'll get them to you as soon as possible. But that is our last player ratings of the season. Let me know in the comment section below what your ratings are. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always,
come on you Spurs.